Ecuadorian residents give thanks to Tzu Chi for assisting them to clean up flood-affected areas in Santa Ana. We learn which acupressure points can help ease insomnia so you can get a good night's rest. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shota. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in Ecuador. Many are preparing to say goodbye to one another as Tzu Chi's Work for Relief campaign comes to an end in Santa Ana. Tzu Chi held a closing celebration and local residents expressed their gratitude for Tzu Chi's assistance in many different ways.
Tzu Chi's Work for Relief in Santa Ana has come to an end after 8 days. On the day of the closing ceremony, no one looked forward to saying goodbye.
After reading the letter by Master Zhenyan, I was able to feel her great love and empathy. She's very aware of what happened in Ecuador.
What you see here has been handmade by the students from the Santa Ana Secondary School.
On this day, Tzu Chi and their master have given us teachings of love and kindness so that we may have more compassion, so that we may make this world a better place.
People say Tzu Chi people bring the hope to you, but I would say the hope is created by yourself.
We didn't have any work. It was a blessing that came down to us from the heavens. We have decided to give back a small gift to them.
A lot of hot sun and long hours, but I'm not tired because I'm wearing my Tzu Chi uniform and we are very happy to be here.
I know that the work here has been similar to that of an ant, day in and day out. It's a great joy to see everyone set aside their jobs and families to work for their city. Santa Ana is once again beautiful.
They are capable of giving without expecting to receive something in return. I love and was fascinated by how we were all sharing. We changed everything together, and the volunteers always came across as happy, friendly, and ready to listen to us.
You want the bamboo bank, you can keep that to your church, to your school, of course, to Tzu Chi Foundation, any way you like it. Do it at home, please, because that's the best gift. That's the best gift Tzu Chi can share with you, even we are long gone.
From an earthquake to the recent flooding, in their most needed times, Tzu Chi is in Ecuador using love to accompany these local residents.
After 8 days of the Work for Relief campaign in Santa Ana, Ecuador, a local school was able to reopen on time and the community is thriving once more. Local residents are no longer living under the cloud of depression that the flooding brought onto the city.
On the last day of Work for Relief in Santa Ana, 3,082 workers began to reflect on how far their city has come in the past week and what they have accomplished in the last 8 days.
Due to the flooding, we have lost much. The shops closed.
I'll tell you something, businesses have suffered a great deal because people don't have money to spend.
It has affected us because businesses had to close due to the flooded, muddy areas. It was difficult to get access to the shops.
As for the cleaning, I'm so grateful to those who came here to assist us without any gain for themselves. Santa Ana was covered in mud, but now the city has become better than before.
There's been a change from what was here before. It has been a great blessing.
It's become very clean in comparison to how dirty everything was before. Now businesses are starting to open up again and people are starting to work. With people passing by, we can open our business again.
When the streets are clean, people come by more often and they have an easier time getting to the shop. People are coming here more now and sales are up. We hope it gets back to normal in a couple of days.
It's a radical change from how things were. It was frightening, but the truth of the matter is, the change from before and after is very significant.
At the Santa Ana Secondary School, workers have finished cleaning the school, which had been closed since the flooding. On May 2nd, 2017, it reopened to students.
Today is a spectacular day. Thanks to you all and thanks for the help that you have given us. We have been able to start a new school year, which is gratifying to all of the students.
We have clean classrooms now, thanks to the foundation from Taiwan. We're moving on here in Santa Ana.
Just like the students have said, the city is amazing. Despite the amount of mud there was, thanks to everyone's hard work and your campaign, we were able to band together. You can see how things are now on the first day of school. The muddy debris has been cleared away. It's very clean now, though we still have areas that we still need to work on. The help we have received from you has come to a very successful end. In Taiwan, the 5th Outstanding Nurses Award ceremony was recently held by the new Taipei city government to honor 39 nurses. Let's hear from 2 other recipients sharing their experiences and learn about their determination to serve the less fortunate.
This is Wu Huisheng, who obtained the Nursing Contribution Award this year. When she was young, she went to the hospital very often to seek medical assistance, and she usually saw nurses being busy helping the needy. She then pledged to be a nurse, and now she has over 20 years of clinical nursing experience.
I will continue to do this. For one, I enjoy interacting with people, and also I decided to do administrative work because I enjoy taking care of others, including my colleagues.
Another award recipient is Fu Shouyun, who led her students to participate in community nursing services. They especially paid attention to individuals with mental or physical disabilities, assisting more than 250 underprivileged families.
We hope to provide better nursing education so that all of the nurses will have enthusiasm and cultivate their expertise.
At this award ceremony, a total of 39 nurses were honored. As they have long devoted themselves to safeguard the health of patients, they are well deserving of this honor.
Next, we'll visit a few locations in Taipei as Tzu Chi volunteers make visits to invite Buddhists from different temples to participate in the upcoming birthday celebration for the Buddha.
This is the beautiful Linzhou Mountain Monastery, where Tzu Chi volunteers have come to invite the abbots to attend the Buddha's birthday ceremony. The abbots of the monastery, Master Xin Dao, happily welcomes everyone.
Bathing the Buddha is an expression of the Dharma. We are also cleansing ourselves, our hearts and thoughts of hindrances and distractions. Because only in this way can we purify ourselves and achieve detachment.
Buddha's birthday is an important celebration for every Buddhist all over the world. At the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall in Taipei City, thousands will gather to chant the sutras and reaffirm their vows.
No matter which teaching of Buddhism one has received or from which direction it has come, today we all join our hands to honor the splendor of the Buddha, and we also welcome those of other faiths as well.
This is a symbolic act for the young to respect the old. We all come with compassionate and filial hearts.
All the Dharma masters and fellow believers sing a wonderful praise. Together we can inspire in each person a tranquil heart and peace of mind.
2 months ago, a group of Dharma masters from the Jinsi abode began inviting Dharma masters from many different temples to pay respect to the Buddha on his birthday. One of them is 87-year-old Dharma master Qin Xu, who is looking forward to the day's meeting.
The most important thing is to remember the Buddha and pursue his teachings.
In addition to leading fellow believers to honor Buddha, these Dharma masters will also attend the Tzu Chi drum and bell performance.
The bell and drum are symbolic of your heart. They ring out daily to remind you to focus and not be distracted.
Every year, the celebration of the Buddha's birth is a time for joy and a cause for reflection as Buddhists from all backgrounds come together to reaffirm the original teachings of the Buddha.
According to statistics, 1 in every 5 Taiwanese person suffers from some form of insomnia. In our following report, we will learn more from some doctors at Dalian City Hospital and get their advice on how to get a good night's sleep.
This is Zhongshan Highway, the first high-speed roadway ever built in Taiwan. According to statistics on insomnia, the number of sleeping pills that Taiwanese people take every year is more than enough to cover the entire length of the road. That's an estimated 339 million sleeping pills every year.
There are 3 primary types of insomnia. The first is just having difficulty falling asleep. The second is being unable to remain asleep, where you fall asleep normally but wake up very easily. The third variety is just waking up especially early. Maybe you are only able to sleep for 4 hours and then wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning before the sun is up.
There is an old saying that we should rise and rest along with the sun. That's because our brains begin to secrete melatonin at night, and this compels us to sleep. Then, as the sky begins to slowly brighten, melatonin levels start to decrease, and the body begins to awaken. However, the sleeping habits of modern people are very irregular, and their production of melatonin has also been influenced. A negative result for many people is insomnia. Chinese medicine practitioners recommend that everyone try to sleep before 11 o'clock.
Around 11 o'clock in the evening, the blood is flowing through the liver and being detoxified. If you are not yet sleeping by this time, then your other organs are demanding more blood flow. This situation can cause your liver to function below its proper capability. This can cause some discomfort and affect your sleep patterns.
Many people believe that the time you sleep doesn't matter, and that as long as you get 8 hours of sleep, there's no problem. But is that true?
If you don't go to bed until after 3, then even if you sleep until noon the next day and have a full 8 hours, you may still feel drained. That's because your Qi rises in the morning, so this gives your body more spirit and energy. But if you sleep through that period, this will throw off your natural rhythm, and you won't get that burst of Qi and you will feel tired.
Chinese medicine recommends massaging these 4 acupressure points to assist in falling asleep.
You take the tip of your pinky finger and massage these points. If you have any aches, you can massage these points. Also, if you are having trouble falling asleep and your mind won't stop wandering, then massaging these points will help to calm the mind and help you sleep.
For people who have poor sleep habits or suffer serious insomnia, the aging process may actually be quickened up to 3 times. The risk of stroke can also be increased. For these reasons, it is very important to monitor your sleep patterns and ensure the best night's sleep you can.
On January 9th, 5 students from Hanjiang College's Department of Broadcast Journalism visited the Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter to start a 10-week internship, which ended on March 17th. During their internship, these students not only learned how to be broadcast professionals, but they also helped record Tzu Chi's good deeds.
5 interns from Hanjiang College have been working at the Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter for 10 weeks. During this short-term internship, they completed 21 news pieces and 5 audiobooks. More importantly, they accumulated actual news experience. On the final day, Film and Television Group staff held a special graduation ceremony for the interns.
How do you express love or be filled with love? You have to practice actually, and you have to learn. You may feel that you already know a lot and wonder why we are still teaching, but actually when undergoing education, we are growing. This is called teaching and learning.
During this period of growth, many hope these lessons of the mind and soul are taken to heart.
They helped us with filming to see something a little different, and we really learned a lot.
Sometimes it was really great because when we were shooting the news, there were some things that made you feel that you had had a super day. This is probably because Tzu Chi brothers and sisters said a kind word, or someone who was being filmed spoke about their life, which was inspirational.
Here I can see that there was a plan or strategy for them to work for Tzu Chi's humanitarianism, and at the same time, we have learned some filming skills, which is a precious opportunity.
The next step for these interns is to enter the media profession and potentially overcome many more challenges which they will face in their life.
Despite the issue of illegal oil dumping by large ships, Taiwanese ships are gaining acclaim for being eco-friendly, including everything from the use of energy-efficient design to materials used in the interior. Taiwan's eco-ship design has become famous internationally, though domestically much still needs to be done to battle marine pollution. Many hope that Taiwan will soon take marine pollution prevention more seriously, with all citizens helping to monitor marine conditions.
还在思考如何杜绝不孝船舶。
As Taiwan was chasing a ship which polluted its waters with waste oil and sewage, Taiwan is actually leading the world in eco-ship building technology.
CSBC has taken into account everything from hull design to other issues as a means of meeting international regulations and leading the world in energy saving. And when ships are under sail, they also take into account the possibility of encountering accidents at sea.
很多船厂会把油柜呢
Most shipyards will put the fuel tank in the middle of the ship, but our company, to avoid ecological catastrophe, puts it in the third compartment. This location ensures if the bow hits something, the fuel will be protected because it's in the middle forward ship area and won't be affected. And if the stern hits something, it also won't cause any problems, as impact on both such sides won't result in any damage.
A new generation of ship design aims to reduce fuel leakage. Particular attention is paid to tank position, reducing leakage in the event of a collision. In fact, the whole hull construction process takes into account special energy savings environmental design.
From
the bow, there is a windshield that can reduce the impact of the wind shear. It is our latest energy-saving device which can enhance the efficiency of the ship.
From the bow reducing wind resistance, naturally the use of fuel can be reduced, which lowers carbon dioxide emissions, with the stern's rudder also being carefully designed.
The rear propeller and rudder has a special shape that can utilize the propeller's kinetic energy. And above the propeller, we have a specially designed rudder skeg that can reduce turbulence.
These energy-saving innovations are Taiwan's patented design, with even older ships outfitted with such energy-saving technology also becoming more energy efficient.
The most recent patent is an energy-saving Y-fin, which we can install in the ship's stern. If installed on existing ships, this modification can save carbon emissions and fuel consumption by about 3 to 4%.
Doing modification from the boat owner's point of view can help. We just did a fin skeg analysis, which showed it is useful, and the owners also agreed it was useful and cost-effective.
Starting from the bow, the hull design form is a spiral, which substantially reduces the ship's emissions. From 1998 to 2016, CSBC saw 23 ships selected by the UK's Royal Institution of Naval Architects as significant ships over a period of 19 years. The 4-ton oil tanker Hongyuan and Shengyuan were commissioned by CPC Corporation, which have daily fuel consumption savings of around 2.9 tons of fuel. As these ships operate 200 days a year, the savings is about $400,000 a year.
Due to global warming, we are studying how to reduce emissions to better protect the environment. This can better protect the international marine environment and encourage energy savings, as we are doing this ship development technology very well.
Taiwan's eco-ship designs are cutting edge with orders from around the world, proving to be internationally competitive. However, Taiwan's marine conservation and pollution prevention lag behind and may be too passive, as some believe problems such as that which occurred in Green Island may be the tip of the iceberg. Experts believe more action in this field should be a top priority for the government.
In our next story, we meet a college student in Taiwan who has risen above life's obstacles to pursue a better future. The student comes from a single-parent family, and due to the family's financial difficulties, her mother once asked her to quit school. Despite this, she studied hard and has been accepted by 5 national graduate schools. She hopes to become an engineer and help support her family.
My wish is that 18 to 20 of my students can be accepted by national graduate schools. We've reached this goal.
The class representative Tzu Chi has kept the teacher's wish in mind for 3 years. To reach this goal, she does experiments diligently and attends international seminars. She even advises other students not to get addicted to mobile games.
When he first came to the lab, he spent much time playing. Therefore, I told the senior students about this.
Nevertheless, her peers feel at ease being with her.
When I'm with her, things became interesting since she is quite humorous.
Despite her optimism, Fang faces family problems. Her father passed away when she was in elementary school, and later her brother became paralyzed. Since her mother, who supports the family, needs to face the large medical expenses, she once asked Fang to quit school.
She wants me to start working quickly. That way, I won't be studying and spending money.
However, Fang's dream is to become an engineer and help support the family. Her mother and aunt eventually supported her. Her teacher is surprised to learn about her difficult family situations.
I was surprised to learn about her family's financial difficulties. She told me about her future goals, and I thought it has not been easy for her.
Fortunately, now that Fang has been accepted by 5 national graduate schools, she'll be able to help support her family in 2 years.
Next, we'll visit a community in Shalu, Taichung, where the president of the local seniors association serves free meals for the community residents 3 days a week. What's more, all of the meals are vegetarian. Let's check out this amazing community kitchen.
These residents are enjoying vegetarian dishes together. On today's menu, there are sweet potato leaves, tofu, vegetarian dumplings, and rolled flour gluten. This community is eating their fill for free at today's lunch. The vegetarian dishes here today are even more delicious than expected. This free community meal was all the idea of 73-year-old Su Rui-dong.
I've been eating vegetarian food for 20 or 30 years now. I think at this age my body is still as healthy as anyone else.
Mr. Su used to work in the construction industry and helped to manage a theme park. After retirement, he became the president of his community's senior association. Then he decided to convert an old garage into a community kitchen, and next to the kitchen there is a patch of land to raise vegetables. The kitchen provides meals for elderly residents 3 days a week.
These vegetables are all pesticide-free, and the bugs even respect our crops. They leave them alone.
66-year-old Mrs. Jiang is a recycling volunteer in the community. While her son is busy at work, she and her husband visit the kitchen to enjoy a warm meal.
We all chat and laugh over there as we enjoy the vegetarian food. We don't really need to worry about what we should or shouldn't eat.
With these free vegetarian meals, these volunteers are bringing people together and keeping their community healthy and happy.
At the end of the program, we join the Northern Toronto Tzu Chi Academy in Canada as they host an introduction meeting, inviting parents to further understand the academic program and get to know more about Tzu Chi. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us, and goodbye.